Welcome to our channel. 13 times the media brainwashed us into thinking these zeros, celebs, and characters were fat. Looking back at the 2000s is wild. So much of that time period is characterized by body shaming, fatphobia, diet culture, and toxic beauty ideals that were projected onto female celebrities and then, in turn, passed down to young, impressionable minds. Celebrities who looked perfectly fine were heckled for being flabby, jumbo-sized, and obese. And the thing is, we believed the headlines the media ran because we had been brainwashed into thinking that anything bigger than a size 10 was scandalous. So here are some examples of celebrities and characters that we, as millennials, were influenced into thinking were fat, when in reality, they were anything but. While Bridget Jones's Diary is no doubt a fun movie, much of it is preoccupied with Bridget's weight. The film is filled with fat jokes that poke fun at Bridget, inferring that she's overweight, even though she's meant to weigh between 125 to 130 pounds, 59 kilograms. Much of the media storm surrounding the first movie and its sequels also centered on Renee Zellweger gaining 30 pounds, 14 kilograms, to portray Bridget. To this day, I still cannot believe that we were told and believed that Bridget Jones, and by extension Renee Zellweger, was fat. In December 2012, Jennifer Lawrence told Elle magazine, "In Hollywood, I'm obese. I'm considered a fat actress." She followed up these comments in an interview with Harper's Bazaar, where she admitted she had been told to lose weight. "Somebody told me I was fat, that I was going to get fired if I didn't lose a certain amount of weight. They brought in pictures of me where I was basically naked and told me to use them as motivation for my diet." As pointed out by, the actor was also constantly asked about her body and eating habits, as a result of being called too big to play Katniss Everdeen in The Hunger Games, which led to her being labeled as the actress who loves to eat. Looking back and seeing what society's definition of too big was is horrific. In response to Caroline Moss' tweet, @BritneyQueers_ pointed out how supposed fans of the film body-shamed Kate Winslet following the release of Titanic in 1997. It wasn't just fans who made fun of Kate's supposed fatness, though, with director James Cameron famously using the nickname "Kate weighs a lot" to refer to the actor. In 2022, Kate spoke about the borderline abusive body shaming she received at the time, saying, "Apparently, I was too fat. Why were they so mean to me? They were so mean. I wasn't even fucking fat. I would have said to journalists, I would have responded. I would have said, 'Don't you dare treat me like this. I'm a young woman. My body is changing. I'm figuring it out. I'm deeply insecure. I'm terrified. Don't make this any harder than it already is.' That's bullying, and actually borderline abusive, I would say." The whole premise of Ugly Betty centered on this frumpy, fat girl who has somehow stumbled upon the illustrious world of publishing and magazines. While the attitudes towards Betty change as her coworkers start to realize what a kind-hearted person she is, the one thing that doesn't is the number of fat jokes hurled at her. The thing is, Betty, and by extension, America Ferrera, was not fat or ugly by a long mile. She just wasn't pretty by society's standards, really. Although I remember the savage media headlines at the time, I cannot, for the life of me, think of a single argument as to why we collectively thought that Britney Spears looked fat during this performance. Yes, she is wearing a revealing outfit that leaves no room to hide, but the fact of the matter is that she looks incredible. You can literally see how toned she is. Contextually, this was an important comeback performance for Britney, and both the media and general public tore her to shreds. Out of all the examples on this list, this is the one that personally sticks out to me because I remember seeing these exact photos in a tabloid my mom had purchased. I love Jessica's outfit, the cute jeans paired with the black tank top and accessorized with the leopard print belt that was perfectly on trend back then. So you can imagine my shock when 13-year-old Isha, Read that Jessica was being called Jumbo in an outfit I loved. I was devastated because just seconds before I was wishing that I looked like Jessica. Growing up during the 2000s was so much fun, wasn't it? Looking at these images now, it's laughable that Jessica was ridiculed for wearing mom jeans, because those are the exact style of jeans that are considered fashionable now. 8. Nicole Richie being referred to as the fat one when photographed with her on-screen best friend Paris Hilton. The 2000s tabloids were obsessed with Nicole Richie's weight, beginning with her introduction in the reality TV show The Simple Life, in which she,